Remix. Remix. Remix.
Hi, Tandy.
Why are you laughing?
The little the screen thing be funny to me.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
David Barnes said, "Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
How are you, Tandy?
I'm all right. It was rough for a minute there, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. It was rough for a minute last week.
But you survived.
I did survive. Yes, I did.
That's what matters.
Hold on. Who is this? Oh, damn. Oh, damn is right. Zen sent a message. Can I have the link, please? And then she said, oh, damn. I forgot she needs the link. She needs to get access.
Please text your friend.
We're going to get it together. We're going to get it together.
Right.
No, seriously, we are. We really are going to get it together.
I believe you.
We're going to get it together. You know, I was almost there this morning. I was like, okay, got to get up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. And then I was like, when the actual alarm went off, I was like, oh, man, I'm still sleepy. I'm still tired. I don't think I'm going to be on camera today.
It's okay, Tony. It's really okay if you're never on camera again. You don't have to keep promising. You should just do what you want to do.
Yeah, well, you know, I want to make an attempt, you know. But good morning. Hold on.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not on camera, they're not going to whoop you.
Well, they can't beat me. Good morning, Desert Glow. Exactly. No, you don't need to beg for that smiling face. I don't know what Zen is talking about. I just sent you the link.
Right. She's so dramatic.
What's up, John? What's up, Sugar Shan? Hey, Parrish. Hey, Zero PE. Hey, Chitty Matcha. I'm not calling you that other one. Hey, David Barnes. I'm not pronouncing it that other way. Did we always
say the other way?
Shitty Matcha. I'm not doing that.
Oh, that's too much.
I'm not going to do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
Who is the Saint? The Dame? Hey.
The run shit.
Hey, Philly Fulton Bonfire. Hey, Shirley Indy. Is that Indy as in Indianapolis or Indy as in independent?
Oh, Lord.
What's up, Zero?
I mean, you having a good time this morning.
Well, yeah, I guess I am.
Ain't nobody said hey to me yet. My God.
And now we will get the flood. Okay, it's Indianapolis.
It's Indianapolis.
What's up, Seventh Son? Where your boy at? Excuse me, our boy. And Zinzabel acting out, showing out in the chat before she got on screen.
Of course.
Boy. Zinzabel.
Good morning, chat. How are you?
There we go. You know we love you, Amber. Of course they love you, Amber.
Oh, you said that's Amber.
Their manners was slipping. That's why they hadn't said hello to you yet.
Let me find a run sheet.
We had a hello to Zinzabel. She wasn't even up here.
So. I was on. I sent an email 5 minutes to 8 o'clock. A text message, not even an email, a text message.
Anyway.
And this is the love that I get.
You should have seen it last night.
Y'all know I'm on the show. I'm a guest.
No, you're not.
But I'm a permanent guest. So I
There's
thought
no way I remember
what
that.
About?
Oh,
Like,
well, excuse me.
if I'm a
She
real
said, I'm
part
on
of
a
the
minute
show,
in.
Beautiful people we saying hey to, Amber. Oh, well, damn.
Hmm?
Okay, all right, I remember that.
Oh, thanks, David.
Peace and hair grease. I ain't got no hair, but peace. No problem. Peace. Wow.
People used to say that to me like when I first had my afro, and I was like, "Are y'all only saying that to me because I have an afro?" It feels weird.
Ah, yeah, I wonder about that too. Why she always
Me
got a
feel
smile?
John Kemper, this one is forced right now. I'm
Yeah.
crying because now I have to ask them 7 business days in advance to please send me a link for a show I'm supposed to be on a regular basis.
I
Yeah.
said the night before. Damn, you so dramatic. Is that a New Yorker thing?
Oop. What's up, African? What's up, African?
You know what?
This is killing me slowly.
Hey, Jay Williams. Good morning. Good morning.
So my weekend was lovely. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, nobody asked. So look, all these nice. I feel bad about the statement I'm about to make because I'm about to cuss people out. But anyway, all
Can I
right.
wait?
It's like what else is new?
Proceed.
Proceed. Before we get to the news at hand, it's only 7 minutes after. Should I wait to cuss, or should I just do it now and get it over with?
You should never wait to cuss.
You should never wait. All right, so I want to make this statement. I was thinking about this, and I said maybe I should say something on the morning show. I said I think I am, and in order to get all of my thoughts out, I recorded myself. Not recorded, just what do you call it? The transcribe recorded, so I wouldn't miss anything. I want to get all my feelings out. Hey, A Rob, what's up, Bull City? Now, what is the Bull City? It's somewhere in North Carolina, isn't it? Is it Charlotte?
Durham.
Durham. Cussing is therapeutic. That's what I say, but people don't believe me.
It is. I feel like people be lying to themselves.
We're all adults here, I think. I concur. But anyway, like I was saying, so because I wanted to make sure I got all my points across, everything that I was feeling, I dictated it. That's the word. I dictated it. So again, apologies for not being on camera. I'm gonna apologize every time. But let me read this real quick. What was on my mind? So I had you remember Amber, when you said when I told you last week was rough. Thursday was rough because I was still dealing with the fallout of the murders of Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday was the day that I was made aware of an event that happened earlier, I believe, in the month. That was the day that I saw the video of the 14-year-old boy who body slammed a 15-year-old girl on the sidewalk and then stomped her on the head. Yes, he was Black. And this is allegedly because she would not give him her phone number and be his girlfriend. And when I saw the actual, because I'm scanning to see where's this reported, is this true, blah blah blah. It started out as a lot of still shots, and then I saw the actual video. And before that, he had blocked her in a crosswalk, said, "No, you stay right here." So then she turns around and walks away. That's when he follows her, grabs her, slams her, then stomps her on the ground. Of course, somebody's recording and laughing at this stuff, right? Okay, so it was a rough day for me on Thursday. But again, and as a result of that, I started thinking about last Monday. So let me shut up and just read. Let me just read what I said out loud, right? So last Monday, which was what, the 20th of April, I said I used a lot of cuss words, and I teared up at one point when we were talking about that piece of shit motherfucker in Louisiana who murdered 7 of his babies and tried to murder his wife and girlfriend and murdered a niece or a nephew also. In addition to the piece of shit motherfucker in Virginia who shot his wife and then killed himself while their children were in the same house. Since that time, a piece of shit motherfucker in Virginia shot and wounded his partner and killed her child from a previous relationship. And video has surfaced of a 14-year-old boy who threw a 15-year-old, body slammed a 15-year-old girl on the ground, stomped her head, allegedly, you know what I just said. And since that time, a video of a man throwing his mother to the ground and ripping the hair out of a neighbor's head on Ring camera footage has now surfaced. Yes, these were all black men. So I want y'all to stay with me. I want y'all to ride with me, all right? Here's what I want to say, that like most black women in the United States of America, I have been sexually assaulted. It was during the Me Too movement that, in my opinion, really brought this issue to the fore in the age of social media in terms of what exactly is consent, what is rape, what is assault, what is sexual assault. Assault is unwanted touching. Sexual assault is unwanted touching of a sexual nature, right? Okay. So as I said, like most black women in this country, I've been sexually assaulted. These assaults happened when I was younger. I didn't know they were assaults, but I knew they were wrong. Now, I'm speaking from personal experience. Usually I run my mouth and talk shit and speak on behalf of black people, even though they didn't appoint me. But right now I'm speaking on myself. As an adult, when I began to look back, and I'm not saying this to minimize what any black woman has experienced, but when I look at what those particular sexual assaults were, the unwanted touching instances, they do not compare. And yes, I know this is not about comparison. This is not about racing. This is not about oppression Olympics, but they do not compare to many of the horrific incidents that have happened to black women. Why am I saying this? Why do I want you to know this? My point is this: when I speak so passionately and so angrily about what patriarchy is doing in the black community, I'm not really speaking from personal experience. I am speaking as someone who is angry at injustice, someone who is angry at violations of human rights, and it is angering to me that more of you motherfuckers are not angry also. You motherfuckers need to be fucking angry about this shit. No shade. Shout out to the sisters in particular who have stood up and demanded that they be called survivors, not victims, and who have been demanding action and change. No shade to them whatsoever. But more of you motherfuckers need to be angry about this shit. Like I said, I just watched the video, this was last week, of that 14-year-old boy. She's trying to get away from him. He blocks her and says, "No, you stand right there." That's what he said to her. You stand right there. She turns around to leave. He follows her, grabs her, slams her on the sidewalk, then stomps her on the head. This is a motherfucking male problem. And more of you motherfucking niggas need to be angry about it and do something about it. That's all I'm going to say, because like I said last week, all options are on the table. I was having a discussion with a sister friend last night. We don't know what the answer is. There are different things we can try, but we won't know if they work or not if they are not on the table. So when I say that all options are on the table, that means the baseball bat, the cast iron skillet, the Glock, the Sig Sauer, and the Mossberg. All that shit is on the table. In other words, black men, more black men, have got to come together to do something about this shit before a critical mass of black women wake the fuck up. Notice I said critical mass. A critical mass of black women.
Permission to speak.
Absolutely.
Good morning. I'm still,
You still in the good morning mode?
It's a good attitude for y'all. But anyway, can someone please bring up David Barnes? You think part of this is a definition? Comment first. You think part of this is a deflection? Folk do saying you're tearing down Black men or you're not helping the community, because I get tired of that response, but maybe I hear it more than others. No, you do not. Not only do you not hear it more than others, some of us have heard it longer in our lives than others have, because it is a deflection that has in the past either stopped the conversation or derailed it. They never did that shit for me. And at this point, whenever anybody in certain circles and on this channel, because I'm sick of the bullshit, says you're tearing down a Black man, I don't give a shit if they're saying it on camera or not. I'm ready to throw some things, because at this point, if you're still saying shit like that, then I know what side of this you're on. Period. You're not trying to bring in another, side to the argument. This is some old shit. So if you're still bringing that up as a defense, I know what side you're on. Okay. That said, yes, we're all part of this, community where we have been, and I understand that we have to provide definitions, but sometimes those definitions are legal definitions, and a lot of times those legal definitions vary by state.
Mm-hmm.
In summary, keep your fucking hands where you belong, where they belong.
Should have been told that in kindergarten.
Thank you.
Probably were, but anyway.
No, they were told, oh, he's hitting you because he likes you. Okay. So anyway, another thing that I am going to bring in, and I'm going to say that I speak for myself and I talk to myself all the damn time. If other people agree, that's fine. So if you have a problem with what I say, I'm on everywhere as Zenzabel. But anyway, I bring up certain examples of, things I experienced, things my loved ones have experienced, and videos. I saw the video of the male slamming his mother onto the sidewalk. I saw that. I really believe that if we don't sometimes have clear, consistent examples of this happening, I feel that we kind of get back here and we're like talking as though we're talking about a novel or something that happened someplace else, not in the Black community or not with actual real people. And we're too afraid to call something because we haven't used the correct political wording. Fuck all of that. I really wonder how many people actually that are, call themselves fighting for Black people actually like them, let alone love them. Seriously. Like, do you fucking like Black people? Do you fucking love them? I know how a lot of folks feel about Black women. And y'all know how I feel about that. But I really wonder, like, do you actually fucking like Black folks in general? Why are you fucking fighting? If you just
are you fighting? Are you fighting?
If you're gonna stand over here and so yeah, I saw that too. The whole tearing the Black man down and all of this shit. I'm going to always say that, oh, why are you tearing the Black man down? Oh, at the expense of Black women? Because that is the other part that y'all never say. It's okay what happens to us. Fuck us. We want to make the Black man, put him up here. This is another reward in heaven. Like brother's been telling us in the movement since the movement started, long before our grandparents were born. Yeah, that whole feminism, that whole women's shit. Yeah, y'all sit back. Wait till the brothers get up here, and then we'll give you. Yeah, you'll get your reward in heaven. But y'all don't like it when white Christians say that shit to you. But you expect us to accept that. Fuck all of that. So good morning. I had a lovely weekend. It was great. So continue.
Amber, I know if you want to jump in here, I see a couple of comments I want to respond to. So jump on in here, AMB.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Tandy was saying, and it made me think about an experience I had this past week when I was going to Walmart because I was talking to my favorite little joint on the phone, and some guy started hitting on me like as I was walking into the Walmart. And he was like, "You got a boyfriend?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Can I get your number?" I said, "No." He drove off. Like, and that has been kind of my experience. Like when I've been hit on, it usually doesn't turn violent, but I know that like a lot of people don't have that same experience, especially like if they out of the club or something. And when you were talking about the little boy and the girl, it made me think about that. And I also don't know if it's because I look like I can beat somebody ass or not, but I do know that I haven't had many experiences where a guy did hit on me and it like went left.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy I was talking to on the phone, he was like, "Yeah, I'm surprised because they'll be like, they'll start cussing you out, talking about you fat, you ugly, anyways." I was like, "Yeah," and that really didn't happen to me that much. And I don't know if that's just because of my demeanor in general, because I do look mean, or like I could hurt you, or what. But it doesn't really happen that much to me. But I know it happens to other people. Like I know people who it happens to all the time. And I always wondered what the difference is because I really don't see a big difference between me and them. But it could just be because God know I shouldn't go to jail. So he really be trying to protect me. Um, but I know a lot of people who have had that experience, and I also agree that it is the man's fault. I think that men are not used to rejection, and because they're not used to rejection, and they have this idea that women belong to them, then that they're property or objects, that they're just expecting them to respond in the
Mm-hmm.
way they want them to respond,
Mm-hmm.
and that is on men to fix. Like I said on the Friday show, if I did not know good men, like if I didn't know Lorik and Geechee, like we weren't good friends, if I didn't date people who were good people, I would not be fucking with niggas. Like I would be very much on a tangent because I definitely understand how other people feel. And it's only because I have those good relationships, like good long-term relationships with men and good dating experiences that I'm okay with it. Like I'm like, okay, like not going the fuck off. I mean, I've been going off, but like I'm okay, like not totally altering my behavior. But I also feel like it shouldn't be on me to do that anyways. It should be on men. Like there's no reason why in 2026 little boys still don't know how to handle rejection. And this is what happens when y'all start giving kids participation trophies for everything and they don't know what rejection feels like and they never
Mm-hmm.
experience it and then they don't know how to handle anything when it doesn't go their way because they think that everything is supposed to go their way when they ask about it. And that's why on them TV shows when I was younger, when they wanted a little boy asking the girl out and she said no, and then he was sad and then he just went about his day. That's why they need them shows back. Because these little motherfuckers ain't seeing that. And they just think that if I ask a girl something that she's supposed to do it and she don't, then I gotta get violent.
Entitlement, which patriarchy teaches males they are entitled to just
Yes.
because they have a penis and testicles. Just because.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you asked that question, I remember specifically, this was about maybe 15 years ago, and I had to address this, and I really thought about why it was happening because I, would constantly talk about at the time I was in Bed-Stuy. I was in Bed-Stuy a very long time. And consistently can't walk down the street minding my own business without people, trying to holler or whatever. And hey, it ain't got shit to do with anything except, hey, I'm 5'2", whatever. And she said something, she made some comment about, like men can't be nice, blah, blah. And I looked at her, I said, and this this is a real thing. I'm like, you drive all the time. You don't experience this. When you're in your car, when you get in your car from your front door and you drive all the way to work because you work so far away, you don't experience this. People that are in walking cities, people that are, in cities where you're around a lot of people, where people are kind of outside no matter what they're doing. And I will tell y'all, white dudes have done this shit. When I was up in Albany, they just do it under their breath and I embarrass them all the time. But anyway, it's and it's not always the club. So can we stop it with the generalizations about the club? I ain't been to the club and God knows how long. I was outside, and this
No,
was
I
like
think it's everywhere.
I was responding to someone in the chat. But anyway,
Oh.
I was in my 30s, my early 30s, I believe, and I was walking to work. And it was bright daylight, and this was during a time, pre-gentrification, where, dudes are kind of out in the corner and, just standing there and whatever. and some dude said something to me, and I said something back because what, and also sometimes my mouth just be going off. And so I went about my business and dude followed me. I went down the stairs and he had, back in the day, they had these big red things that carried like 2-liter Cokes or whatever, and threw it down and hit me on the head. And I had a decision to make. And this is a decision that I made, my tiny little ass. I said, I got to go back because if I keep going and I go home later on, it's going to be worse. That's it. It's going to be worse. So I went upstairs, and this was pre-cell phone, so I couldn't, call and say I'm being late or whatever. I went back upstairs, went to those dudes, went to the one in particular and asked him, I'm like, what did you think that was going to fucking prove? Like, and he, well, you shouldn't have said nothing to me. And I don't even remember what I said, but it was just like, I weigh 98 fucking pounds, soaking wet. You throwing something at me is proving what? Like, I went all the way up. People are coming out from the stores. My barbershop, which was on the corner because I had my little short cut, they all coming out looking at me. And, they're just like, oh, and I was like, what the fuck does this prove? I'm like, you're looking stupid. What? You can't get a girl yourself, so you have to like force yourself on. I was going all the way off. Went back upstairs, called my job, calmed the fuck down. And then I went back out because I had to. I had to work. Went to work. They did some little smirky thing at me. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I remember maybe 3 weeks after that, I went hanging out and I'm coming home at 3 a.m. Now, mind you, this was back in Crown Heights, St. John's, and Franklin Avenue, back when Franklin Avenue was Franklin Avenue. Anybody from Brooklyn knows what I'm talking about. So I'm coming home. It's like 2, 3 a.m. People are still outside. The same dudes on the corner. And I walk past them, and another dude I had never seen before tried to holler at me. That dude that I had it in with, he was just like, leave her alone. She's crazy. I just kept walking. And it's unfortunate that there are certain things that we have to, we are expected to learn to survive this. How to, like, I have mastered how to stop a dude before he even says anything to me with my eyes, without even opening my mouth. Okay, I've learned how to do all that shit because people have not taught men, leave her the fuck alone.
That's the entitlement again. I'm entitled to. I do what I want. Oh, okay.
Right. And also, let's talk about how,
Well, hold on. Let's not talk about that yet. We got to get to these comments.
Right. Amber, I'm just going to comment on what Amber was saying. Amber was saying something about, back in the day, the shows where, a little boy, blah, blah. Back in my day, the romantic comedy, okay, she said no. All I got to do is, bring a radio to her house or, make myself look excellent. Keep on badgering her until she says yes. A lot of boys and men are taught no means not now. No means try harder. If she says no, the 49 times, she'll say yes the 50th. They are never taught no means no. They're taught no means keep trying.
The war of attrition. Wear them down.
I mean, they wasn't doing that on That's So Raven, though, baby. The boy got so low. He said that.
I was an adult by then, so but I love that show.
So glad I grew up on TV shows that showed us real shit and not played in our faces.
Keep playing in our faces. Increasing numbers of Black women are going to the gun range, buying guns and training, and they should buy guns and train. And this trend started when Trump ran the first time because of the rise of white supremacist violence and Trump supporters feeling comfortable thinking they could just get in our face and say anything. But the reality of the situation is that a Black woman will probably be assaulted and or killed by a Black male. Now, if y'all want some of the statistics, I can pull that page up for you. But at the moment, let me get to this. Okay, now regarding this 14-year-old, this is what I want to say about this one. The boy's mother's defending him. I saw that too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Instead of defending her son, she should be ashamed of him. Back in the day, in the beginning, when we were getting the indications that Kanye wasn't shit, when his mama was alive, because if I'm not correct, what was her name? Is it Dorinda? Not Dorinda.
No, it's
Donda West. I don't know. She was either married to a Panther, or she was a Panther, or she was Panther adjacent. And people were saying to her, you dealing with the Panthers or what have you, and this is your son, and what he's saying, And how do you feel about that? And her only response was, I love my son. In other words, end of discussion. We're not going to talk about it any further. I love my son. I'm not going to join with you in tearing down my child. And I expect that of mamas.
But it's not
Even
the
though
same.
it
Tearing
helps,
down and
it
holding
would
someone
be
accountable is two
helpful.
different
It
things.
would be helpful if some of these mamas, like Diddy's mama, like this boy's mama, would be like, you know what, he was wrong. That would be very, very helpful. I don't expect that because that's a mother and that's her child. But going back to what I said last week, when brothers are slow to get involved in domestic situations, well, she just gonna go back to him. The same thing with these mothers. What is your position? Are you standing 10 toes down on your political position? This is wrong. I'm going to intervene. And these are the programs we're working on to address this. Forget about whether or not they're going to get back together. Forget about whether or not the mama's going to defend them. What are you going to do? That's my question.
And I honestly believe that from what I've witnessed, when a guy knows that, a bunch of dudes are going to pull up, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Because I already know.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
It's like, I think if, a dude knows like, hey, a bunch of dudes are going to pull up on me if I even attempt this, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. I also noticed that, and it's a indirect whatever, me, being around different types of people. I honestly believe that this is why white dudes have tried to put their hands on me. Maybe if it's like, a sly thing, like trying to like push me or whatever, putting their hands on me because they kind of know ain't no brothers protecting us anyway. It's like it's everybody. It's like open season on Black women because, and the whole, yes, we all need to have guns. We all need to have everything in our arsenal, guns, in addition to anything else that is lethal on us at all times. But yeah, I think that we are, it's the message is, yeah, they ain't really protected. You could do whatever the fuck you want to with them.
Amber, Latifah says it's your confidence and self-worth that scares these softer scrotum skin ass dudes, not your plus size.
And I'll agree.
I'm thinking my height, not size, but whatever.
And then David was like, do you think maybe teaching men to hold each other accountable? Absolutely, it's not done enough. That's what
but they're not doing that.
That's part of what needs to be done.
It's not happening. And
unfortunately, it needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Unfortunately, dudes are going to hang out with the ones that allow them to do the most. And unfortunately, that's really not hard to find. It's not. And, a confident person, all this other stuff. But for me, I hate going there because it's like, okay, I'm confident, whatever, it's her fault because she's meek. Let a fucking meek woman live. Let a fucking meek woman walk down the street minding her fucking business. If that's her nature, leave her the fuck alone so she does not have to come out of her own personality just to get home. Don't, it's like, again, stop. Women, y'all need to, no, we don't need to, y'all need to keep your
We gotta do shit.
We gotta do shit. Okay?
Men teach that type of behavior to younger men and boys. If you act differently, then you're called gay. Your manhood gets questioned too often out loud publicly. People say when we say that the issue is patriarchy, they think, well, you're against men. And that reminds me of that quote. Just because your accountability makes you feel like you're being oppressed. Patriarchy is a system of power, a system of beliefs, a system of entitlement, the rule of men simply because they are men. Once again, it's basically a huge ass power participation trophy, right? So if you're not going with the male program, you are an outlaw to the male program. Oh, you must not like women. Oh, you must be gay. Oh, you must be a fag. That's part of the patriarchy. It's shaming. Patriarchy is not only deadly to women and children, it's deadly to men also. It is deadly to men also. That's why you, as a man, will be attacked by other men. because you are going against what the patriarchy says to you. There are brothers out there like Byron Hurt, a member of Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, documentary filmmaker, and Kevin, even Kevin Powell. I haven't seen his newest film on manhood, but there are lots of brothers who have been talking about the issue of what it means to be a man and what society says about being a man. Actually, that brother in Detroit who I respect, but I'm also kind of scared of, Jason Wilson with the Cave of Adullam. Even he says what society says men are supposed to be is incorrect. We are only living our half humanity, and we need to be comprehensive men, which means we can be vulnerable and nurturing. This is what he says. This is the martial artist who carried 2 guns in Detroit. That's what he is saying. So it's absolutely the patriarchy, and that's what brothers have got to start looking at.
Yeah. I think you posted it, Tandy, or you shared it with me where, oh my God.
Is that a cat? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I'm never alone when I'm Black, but then again, so is she Black too. So
let me read this super chat real quick before you.
Oh yes, thank you, A-Rob.
A-Rob, $9.99. Appreciate you. I took a group of Black women to get concealed carry permits in 2020. New York Times in the Field podcast did a story on it called The Specter of Political Violence. That came out on October 29, 2020. I'm going to look it up, girl. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope I find it because New York Times in that paywall be, like fucking Fort Knox and shit. But no, yeah, who was it? It was the brother who's in Broadway, and he was talking about how when he was younger, his parents and his family, he's openly gay and doesn't give a shit about it, what y'all think about it. But he was talking about how when he was a little kid, his parents took him to a therapist or psychologist or whatever, because they were trying to, because he says, I was acting effeminate back then. And so he went through these visits, and, the doctor did say to his parents, he's fine. But the doctor also said, you just need to have him around some men so they can see what manhood looks like. And he said the things that they did to me, to show me what a man, not to me, but, around me, to show me what a man is supposed to do. Toxic. Who's the guy? Is it Boosie or whoever? Whatever. I was reading some article about how, I was watching a YouTube video about him. I think it was him who hired a prostitute for his 14-year-old son, is about to do the same with another younger son, because this is how you teach a boy to be a man so he doesn't turn gay. And he's out loud and proud about this shit. And he's not the only one. I think T.I. did some nonsense with that too. And that's not the type of manhood we're talking about. Obviously. Yeah, it was Boosie, yeah. And yeah, Lil Boosie said, like, out loud, just like, and also he said that, I only date women that know they're, they have that particular role and they're going to serve me and all this other stuff. He's still got a career, I think. Does he have a career still? No, yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I see.
Barely.
Hold on.
Hey, Rob, thank you for the $4.99.
Where is he at? Where is it at?
Hey, Rob, where you getting all this money from?
Okay, now I got two comments. I need y'all to hold your responses until the second comment. And then after we deal with this,
read A-Rob's $4.99 one first.
Well, where is it at? I don't see it. You got it.
It's right here. Oh, I'll read it then. Writing books is cool, but I reached out to Kevin Powell when Talib was harassing that woman online and asked if he'd step up, and he blocked me instead.
He probably wasn't going to get involved in something
like a bitch.
No, he's probably wasn't going to get involved in something that direct. Like, you want me to deal with Talib or come into your beef? I'm not going to do that. But I don't know. I have an answer. But hold on.
Talib's neighborhood, he been a problem.
So let me do this real quick. So this is Lions time, maybe Detroit Lions. Y'all not still mad at the brothers, are y'all? Now hold on. Especially you, Zen. Hold on. I know you're chomping at the bit. Just hold on.
We'll get some water.
Ah, so that's his first comment, and then he did actually 3 comments. Hold on. If you have a problem with patriarchy, stop depending on men. He's obviously confused because ain't nobody up here depending on a man or said that they were dependent on a man. But let me get to this comment, the last one that I saw. When problems happen, don't make it a men problem, make it a community problem, because the make it men's problem is a patriarchy perspective. This is somebody who don't know what the fuck they talking about, really needs to shut the fuck up, needs their keyboard taken away from them. What else needs to be said? Everything that we talk about, this is the kind of motherfucker that will hear all of the shit and just dismiss it outright and go on to their little agenda. Yeah, fuck this Negro. And I don't care if you're a member of Patreon or anything like that. I don't care. I don't care. You can get your money back as far as I'm concerned. Because if you come up in here,
he's always posting weird comments. Well, I don't know if it's a he or not.
Why y'all ain't blocked him yet?
I don't be
saying Lion's Time Baby is a troll. My block finger stay ready. What's the problem?
I just ignore it. I don't care.
You gonna say that don't make it a men
I
problem?
don't even be saying it half the time.
When women been doing all the heavy lifting all this time? Oh man. Thank you. This person needs to get blocked. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you pay attention to the chat though. I don't even pay attention, so I don't even see it.
Okay.
I pay attention to unique arguments. That's the same old bullshit people have been running for a long time. You have a better argument? Like seriously, do you have something better to say instead of the usual bullshit I've heard my entire 58 years on this planet? If not, shut the entire fuck up. That's why I don't pay attention to that. That sounds like, oh, you bring the black man down. Okay, suck my dick, please. Shit.
All right, let's slap that macking. Are we through with this? Have we said all that we need to say? Because I'm going through here now and deleting all this Negro's comments.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah, I think I do. I think there were some good comments about how.
No, that Negro Lion's Time.
I know. I was saying I think there were some good comments about. Yeah, this guy said men are part of the community. The fuck. I agree. I think it's weird when we treat men like they aren't a part of the community, so they don't have any responsibility to the community when they definitely do. I think that we should go back to throwing tires around men in the middle of the street and setting them on fire. I just think that it's too much niggas being nice about shit and not enough action. Like, at what point do we be like, all right, I've had enough, burn them alive, put them on a stake immediately?
And I find
violence to be a great deterrent. I think motherfuckers seeing people hanging from trees and shit was like, oh, okay, this some shit I don't want to experience. And I think motherfuckers seeing people burning up in the middle of the street is some shit they don't want to experience.
I think that I 100% agree with you 1,000 times. And motherfucker, can y'all go? And I think
this is crazy.
Damn. Again, get a better argument. And I honestly believe that, and I get it. Okay, yes, all this is patriarchy, but I think that when some people in certain spaces hear, well, it's not, male problem, it's patriarchy. It's like, okay, then I'm free of, all responsibility because it's patriarchy. Again, a way to deflect from responsibility. It is patriarchy. Yes, it does affect all of us. Still keep your fucking hands off me before I set you on fire. Like, I don't have time to be pontificating if a man is beating my ass. Like, what is the root of all this? The root of all this is keep your hands off before I set you on fire.
We already told you what it is. Why aren't you listening to us?
And I'd like to share my hoodie, even though they are not really around anymore, but Redstone Firearms in LA. Tanya knows about them. That's why I got the shirt. And I'm sorry I never got to go to that shop while they were still open. But yeah, it's when people, I've had to learn how to ignore the nonsense. Sometimes I can, sometimes I just want to fucking troll just like y'all are. But when people are really, really serious, I would assume if you're really serious about dealing with this, even if you don't know what to do, you're not going to bring up the same old bullshit. to stop the conversation. Or what has been happening now, someone wrote about it yesterday about how now we've forgotten about those women and those children that were murdered last week, because now it's all the focus is on men's mental health. So again,
well, actually, that was last week. The focus was on men's mental health. This week, the focus was on Clay and Megan Thee Stallion, which no, that'll never be my focus.
No, that's not ever my focus. I mean, I listen, fuck Clay with a rusty hacksaw, but that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, that's not ever going to be my focus.
Yeah.
And again, but again, that is another example, because people have been hating on Megan Thee Stallion, who they don't even know personally, because a dude had the nerve to shoot her and she was at fault for that. And he's in jail and she's supposed to have been, going someplace and like disappearing and not, working on herself and not ever finding love ever, because, some dude, again, put his hands on it.
I think we need to slap the map. I can't find this last comment, but let's go on and talk about this light-skinned boy from out my way who couldn't even shoot the president. Damn it.
Wait, I just wanted to pull up Devin's comment. My bad. He said, weird parasocial relationship is celebrities, or I guess you mean like with celebrities. I did see somebody else say something like this yesterday on Threads too, Zelly, and they was eating that nigga up. I think that there is a huge difference between having a parasocial relationship with a celebrity and wanting to see Black women treated properly.
Exactly.
I don't have a parasocial relationship with Megan Thee Stallion. I listen to her music. I don't follow her closely. I'm not searching for every event she's gonna be at. I'm not doing none of that shit. But I do like know basic shit about her and listen to her music. But that's like normal. I think that some men, I'm not talking about Devin, but I think that some men, especially I've seen on Threads, are like making this big deal about how people care for her. I think it's so weird that y'all are upset that you care about a Black woman who has experienced a lot of like harm and grief.
Yep.
That's weird as hell. And I don't think it's a parasocial relationship. I just think that people don't like to be held accountable. And that man was wrong as hell. And I think that he should be held accountable to that. I also am seeing a lot of different like memes and shit about it, and it's been a crazy weekend. But I wanted to just respond to that comment because I don't think that that's what this is.
No,
to like
accountable. Yeah, it's not. And I appreciate you. Where are you at, Devin Dean? But no, that was wrong. That was way off.
All righty. Let's take that real 30-second break.
Sure.
Catch our breath.
Why do you need a break?
Girl, slap the map. Let me hear some Fela adjacent music.
Okay, hold on one second.
Bring my mood up.
You're gonna be all right.
Music. Oh man, something about what do you call it? What do they call that stuff? The copyrights and all this, that, and the other.
It's ridiculous. I mean, how does Ear Doctor get away with playing? I think it's a certain amount of time you can play something, or I don't know.
No, he should be DJing.
So DJing you can do it if you're DJing.
Ain't that anyway? So real quick, Cole Thomas Allen has been identified as the quote unquote shooter.
You're showing a different screen.
No, I know.
Okay.
Cole Thomas Allen has been identified as the shooter of President Donald Trump. Hold on, I can't. Where's the darn thing at? So real quick for y'all, at least.
I saw that.
There we go. Okay, so he's from Torrance, California, and just so y'all know, this is from Google. Torrance, California has a diverse population of approximately 140,000 to 145,000 people, with a significant Asian plurality. The largest racial groups are roughly 37% Asian and 33 to 36% white, with a notable Hispanic population, approximately 19%, and a substantial Japanese and Korean community. Are y'all following me? The city has a high foreign-born population at around 30%. But let's go down again to the racial and ethnic composition approximate. Asian, 37 to 37.3%. White non-Hispanic, 33 to 36%. Hispanic or Latino of any race, I've never understood what that meant, 19 to 20%. Two or more races, 5.9% to 13.8%. Black or African American, 3.1 to 3.59%. And for those of y'all who follow popular culture, in the film Straight Outta Compton, talking about NWA, that scene where the Popo come as they're at the recording studio with Jerry Heller and harass them was where? Torrance, California. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, this is something that I hate, and I don't understand why this happens. I was looking around for the actual. So many newspapers are talking about. They're quoting from the manifesto of the quote unquote manifesto of Cole Thomas Allen or Cole Allen, whatever his damn name is. And I'm like, why are y'all quoting from it? Show me the thing so I can read for myself. I couldn't find nobody except who? The New York Post. I was like, God damn. But anyway. And first of all, did we ever find out why this boy didn't have no clothes on?
That was my first thought. I don't know if we did. Because I was too busy laughing my ass off at the whole spectacle. But, I don't know. Oh, child. I was
this is the New York Post of April 26th. Do I need to... is that enlarged for y'all? Or
scroll up a little bit, because I see a little bit of a video and then like the top of that dude's head.
Yeah, see, I can't scroll up unless I come out of this.
Okay. They might have stripped him. They might have stripped his top off because I think the imagery is you haven't moved it. It hasn't moved. That's okay.
I'll tell you what. Hold on. I'm gonna put this.
But it strip searched him. What, in public? In front of people? Because that usually happens later.
In the trap. I'm gonna put that in the chat, and y'all can, like I said, y'all can go read it.
Somebody in the chat said they strip searched him, but if they strip searched him, how he end up dead?
Exactly.
He's dead.
Search him right there.
They saying that he's dead, girl. I don't be believing shit.
All right. First of all, the way things happened, this was yet another. I'm like this. If three attempts are made on my life, and I don't talk about the people that did it at any point,
he was nude. He was running through. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, right. It just adds to the political theory.
Girl, when I saw that video where that man was still eating the dinner, and the girl talking about we heard 4 large pops. Is it a gunshot or a pop? What is it?
Okay.
When I saw the video of the Secret Service people getting JD Vance first, not Trump.
Okay.
They was getting him first, and they wasn't moving with no real precision quickness. I said, they don't be doing that shit on Paradise now.
Thank you. Okay. Listen,
on Paradise would have had all them motherfuckers up out of there in 5 seconds.
Ass Secret Service.
Secret Services is. Where they get these motherfuckers? And honestly, why did their laziness not aid in that motherfucker getting shot?
Wait a minute. Okay. Accused White House Correspondents' Dinner gunman Cole Allen sent a sprawling manifesto to family members about 10 minutes before Saturday's attack. 10 minutes, you butt naked, but you got a gun and a cell phone.
You got time to send
Okay, and you sent an email.
He didn't send that shit. And I just want to know, when did B613 start being this sloppy? I thought B613 was better than this.
Thank you. However, Again, he fired everybody that wasn't loyal. So that includes probably qualified Secret Service, and he kept the donuts on staff. Who knows? Like, but I'm just, like I said, that shit wasn't fucking real. Come on.
The 1,052 word missive obtained by the Post Sunday morning, signed Cold, quote, Cold Force, unquote, friendly federal assassin Allen, outlined his rules of engagement for the shooting. He believed it was his righteous duty to target administration officials. Hello, everybody. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I have used. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for Most Wanted. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I probably most certainly do need to get to the ER, but can hardly call that not a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, and all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being near. I apologize to everyone who was abused and or murdered before this, to all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, regardless of my success or failure. And there's Cole. I don't expect forgiveness, but if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. On to why I did any of this. I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflects on me. This is a photograph of him, class of 25. He went to Cal State. He went to Caltech prior to Cal State Dominguez Hills. So this might be from a graduate degree. And I'm no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. And then in parentheses, well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While I'm discussing this, I'll also go over my expected rules of engagement, probably in a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets, prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary, and to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible. AKA, I hope they're wearing body armor, because center mass with shotguns messes up people who aren't. Hotel security, not targets if at all possible, unless they shoot at me. Capitol Police, same as hotel security. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. In order to minimize casualties, I will also be using buckshot rather than slugs. Less penetration through walls. Guests, oh no, that's the caption, my bad. I would still go through most everyone to get here. I would still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor, and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. Rebuttals to objection. Objection 1. As a Christian, you should turn the other cheek. Rebuttal. Turning the other cheek is for when you yourself are oppressed. I'm not the person raped in a detention camp. I'm not the fisherman executed without trial. I'm not a school kid blown up, or a child starved, or a teenage girl abused by the many criminals in this administration. Turning the other cheek when someone else is oppressed is not Christian behavior. It is complicity in the oppressor's crimes. Now, I did not find, oh, my bad. Objection 2. This is not a convenient time for you to do this. Rebuttal. I need whoever thinks this way to take a couple of minutes and realize that the world isn't about them. Do you think that when I see someone raped or murdered or abused, I should walk on by because it would be inconvenient for people who aren't the victim? This was the best timing and chance of success I could come up with. Objection 3. You didn't get them all. Rebuttal. I got to start somewhere. Objection 4. As a half black, half white person, you shouldn't be the one doing this. Rebuttal. I don't see anyone else picking up the slack. Objection 5. Yield unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Now, how that relates, I have no idea. Anyway, rebuttal. The United States.
Right.
are ruled by the law, not by any one or several people. Insofar as representatives and judges do not follow the law, no one is required to yield to them anything so unlawfully ordered. I would also like to extend my appreciation to a great many people, since I will not be likely to be able to talk with them again unless the Secret Service is astoundingly incompetent. Thank you to my family, both personal and church, for your love over these 31 years. Thank you to my friends for your companionship over many years. Thank you to my colleagues over many jobs for your positivity and professionalism. Thank you to my students for your enthusiasm and love of learning. Thank you to the many acquaintances I've met in person and online, for short interactions and long-term relationships, for your perspectives and inspiration. Thank you all for everything. Sincerely, Cold Force, friendly federal assassin Allen. P.S. Okay, now that all the sappy stuff is done, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? Sorry, gonna rant a bit here and drop the formal tone. Like I expected security cameras at every bend, bugged hotel rooms, armed agents every 10 feet, metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got, who knows, maybe they're pranking me, is nothing. No damn security, not in transport, not in the hotel, not in the event. Like, the one thing that I immediately noticed walking into the hotel is the sense of arrogance. Hold on, let me see how much longer we got. Okay, not much longer. Sense of arrogance. Yeah, I can
This
see
shit
that.
long as hell. They need a character limit.
And he sent it 10 minutes before he busted off shots. Okay. I walk in with multiple weapons and not a single person there considers the possibility that I could be a threat. The security at the event is all outside, focused on protesters and current arrivals, because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. Like, this level of incompetence is insane, and I very sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country gets actually competent leadership again. Like, if I was an Iranian agent instead of an American citizen, I could have brought a damn Madus in here and no one would have noticed shit. Oh, okay, well, that's them prep. That's the post. Actually insane. Oh, and if anyone is curious, is how doing something like feels, it's awful. I want to throw up. I want to cry for all the things I wanted to do and never will. For all the people whose trust this betrays. I experience rage thinking about everything this administration has done. Can't really recommend it. Stay in school, kids. Note, a Madus is a Browning M2 50 caliber heavy machine gun, a U.S. military staple for nearly a century, usually tripod mounted. Now, I didn't find this until today, but I was talking with a friend of mine last night who had read this quote unquote manifesto. And she was like, I really can't find anything in here that I disagree with. And now that I have read it, I really can't find anything in here that I disagree with.
I do want my brain cells back from having to listen to that, but otherwise,
Man.
good day. Like, wow. This is why I don't like, this is why I've struggled with grad school. He just reminded me because I hate writing, like I hate academic writing.
Yeah.
I just want to say I agree with Chitty Mantra. I miss the days when the CIA used to put real effort into their psych ops. This is just insulting. I just know they was sitting on the bed with their feet kicked up writing this bullshit. Thinking who's believe it. What do you mean, Iranian? Girl, rebuttals. I'm half black and white. Girl, we don't give a damn. All that matters, there's some white in there, so we know that's why you did it, stupid.
Somebody on Instagram said, at this point, I'm just gonna call Trump a content creator because this is crazy.
Okay, that's first of all, that's what he's been for a very long time. All right, it's a rambling one. Wow. Wow. Okay.
So it's so many different.
Josh said, "Is this gonna add to the white mom biracial discourse?" Listen, I just want to say it be them white mamas. Okay, you know who got a white mama? Klay Thompson.
Well, okay, someone said that yesterday.
You know who else got a white mama? This man.
Yeah.
Because why would he do something so stupid?
Living
And
in
I would just want to say, like I said earlier, because maybe I don't understand my B613 reference. Whatever underground paramilitary force in the government that's running shit right now, that's running the little psychops, the little the infiltrations, whatever, they're fucking up. Because ain't no way in hell we believe any of this shit. Why did it take them Secret Service agent 3 days to get JD Vance about that fucking table? Like, let's be so serious. If he was really shooting, he would have been dead, bitch. Not only did they go get him, JD Vance turns around to go back. They go back to get him. Girl, what is going on here?
And Trump fell on his ass. They tried to drag his ass out. I was, oh my God, this is a Benny Hill skit.
They said Trump gonna be on the news tomorrow with an eye patch on and a neck brace. Talking about they almost took me out. And my other thing is, why does he have to keep staging these halfway assassinations so that people give him some kind of sympathy? We still hate your ass, stupid.
We do, okay? We don't give a fuck. We still don't give a fuck. Oh my Lord. And then like he was interviewed right after that. He spoke after that or something, just some bullshit. And oh my Lord, it was just comedy.
Because then why would you try to keep the dinner going? What is wrong with y'all?
Seriously.
And I just don't get it. That was all I had to add.
He was trying to like, you know, I'm a strong president. The show must go on and shit. Like, okay. First of all, again,
it ain't even his dinner.
They need better assassins. Because seriously, he should listen. I'm
shit, the nigga who shot MLK was a better assassin than these motherfuckers.
Most of the assassins are better assassins.
Baby, I don't know where they finding these people, but they ain't getting the job done. If you gonna do it, hell.
Listen, I had to open up my purse and they put my purse in a lead bag for me to go see fucking Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. And y'all just got in with a weapon? Okay.
This dude, we're supposed to believe this half naked. Okay, he wasn't half naked. Somebody said he did have clothes on. But he typing, in addition to his manifesto, he's adding commentary about his observations, then presses send, and then runs and goes shoot. Yeah, okay. All right.
No,
but here's my other thing.
This fake ass shit.
Here's my other thing, and I don't really care how unserious this sounds. Why is it that these assassins always come from the farthest ends of the country? Torrance, California, to the White House correspondence. There's nobody in DC that hates this man. There's no one in Maryland or Virginia that hates him enough to try.
Not in DC at all, no. Mm-hmm.
Dude got on a train to Amtrak to Chicago. For real? Really? Really?
I'm like, yo, if there's somebody, you know, speaking in Greenpoint, I might not make it because that train and to the bus. Listen. Ooh, Lord.
He checked into the hotel a day before and wrote the observations down. Okay. But I'm saying no.
I just want to say that Winston said the press was looting the booze. They paid for the booze.
They paid for oh my God. Okay.
They paid for all that shit. All them bottles on the table. Them tables was thousands of dollars. They bought tables. Everything on the table was there. I would take all that shit too.
But you got to. But come on now.
I'm gonna tell you.
It's an active shooter. You really gonna grab the bottle now?
That's how
it ain't that motherfucking active. They knew that shit was a joke.
First of all,
that man was sitting there eating that bread.
First dinner. He don't ever go, and then he decides to go this one time, and that just happens to be the time. Well, come on now. All right. And again,
if I was the planner, I would have been pissed because he didn't waste my fucking event. You just spent all this time planning this shit.
Especially if the food is good and I got to get up and leave. Listen, I'm taking it with me. Yo, listen, I've been to many catered events. First of all, that shit is paid for. And they have to throw out a lot of the food. They may not have to throw out that bottle, but that bottle was paid for.
Shout out to Denzel. I'm leaving here with something.
Hello. All right. Are they just going to waste that shit anyway? And if the bottle was paid for, the catering company might just snatch that again and try to sell it another time if nobody opened it. Fuck that. I'm taking that shit with me. And the table decorations, all of it, coming with me. My bad.
Well, wait a minute now. What? They're trying to make crossing state lines. It's already you can't cross.
What are you talking about?
That's what they call the H. Rap Brown Act. But
hello,
I'm just saying, why are you? There ain't nobody nearby.
Thank you.
It's never somebody nearby. Well, I don't understand that.
Maybe the rate to do this, maybe they didn't pay them enough, and so they had to find somebody in Torrance that was like, okay, fine, I'll take it. So people like, in this economy, that's all you're gonna pay me? No.
Torrance, California.
I don't even know where Torrance is. That's why I'm glad Tanya's here, because it's like, what do you have to do once you get to LAX? You have to like take a train and then have somebody come get you. Like, yeah.
No, you just get ride a few miles down. Hold on. Let me go get the map. Let me get the map. We're gonna slap a map of a different kind.
My gosh. Like I said, New York got plenty of public transportation, but ain't no way I'm going someplace where I have to take a bus to a train to a bus.
Right. Like, what kind of crimes are you trying to commit for real?
Okay. I wasn't dating dudes in the Bronx because that's a long distance relationship. Okay. Like, no.
Okay, so
why they put this damn Megan Thee Stallion story on this run sheet?
I don't know.
Well, we talked about it, so there you go.
All right, so I be wanting to. Okay, let me at least. No, I don't know how this looks to y'all. Actually, what I'm gonna do, what I'll start doing, I'll just put the longitude and latitude in the chat, and y'all go look it up. Let's see what happens. But at any rate, so West Torrance, as you can see, folks, this blue over here, that's the water. That's the Pacific Ocean. We got West Torrance, Northeast Torrance, Northwest Torrance, California. And then we go up, we've got Lawndale and Gardena. I know y'all don't know what this is. Just work with me.
I just know LA is fucking huge.
There's the 405 freeway. There's the 105. Hold on. Randy's Donuts. Inglewood. Y'all know about Inglewood. Inglewood. Now, let me see. Where is it at? I'm looking for LA. There we go. I missed it. So there's Inglewood over here where the cursor is. Over here is LAX, LA International Airport. Then we got Lenox. Don't ask me what Lenox is. I call it Hawthorne. It's all Hawthorne to me. But at any rate, so basically it's south of LA. A few miles south of LA, a few miles south of the I started to say the freeway. A few miles south of LAX. Gardena, Lawndale, Northeast Torrance. It's talking about North Torrance. Where's Torrance? Oh, my bad. All of that is Torrance.
All that ain't Torrance.
So this white area right here, this is Torrance, California. Now, if you notice, and I don't know if you can see this, but again, I put it the longitude in the Google address and longitude. Mm-hmm. This white area says Torrance. Mm-hmm. Here at the southern border of Torrance, Rolling Hills Estates and Palos Verdes, or Rancho Palos Verdes, which is right here. Oh, there it is. There's Rancho Palos Verdes right there. So right here on the on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. We talking about, you think Beverly Hills, Brentwood, and Bel Air got money. This is the hidden money right here.
Wow.
Down at the southern end. This is money. This is where money gets its money from. Palos Verdes and Rolling Hills Estates. That's at the southern border of Torrance. So, yeah. Now over here on the west is Carson, also known as Dominguez Hills. That's the other, that's that other school that Cole Thomas Allen got his degree from. I don't know what his degrees were in, but Caltech, which is north in Pasadena, is Technology Institute. California Institute of Technology. That's the name of it. There's also the Hustler Casino, but we're going to pretend we didn't see that. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. And there go the hood. I think this blue thing right here is my house.
Lamert Park, woo!
Yeah,
I know,
Lamert.
I know Lamert Park and I know Inglewood.
Yeah, right. And we didn't name it Crenshaw. That's what these maps.
So basically, he live in a place with a whole bunch of money, and you think they pay him off?
I mean,
Well,
well,
it's Palo Alto. Y'all got do me a favor.
that's nowhere.
I need y'all to make
That's
an
nowhere near
Northern California
that's
geography.
Northern California. That's closer to the Bay, and not even. Yeah, you still got to drive.
I was like, "Hey, Tandy, we just landed. We're in Oakland." I'm like, "You are 6 hours away from me, ma'am. 6 hours, ma'am."
Oh gosh, I could do it in 5 though, but no. Wow. Oh my god.
Insanity.
And like I appreciate getting information about an area from someone who's from there, because you can live in quote unquote a quote unquote moneyed area in New York City and still have some neighbors that don't make a fraction of what you do, just because of many different factors. So you're trying to change that, but still it's just the case. So yeah, I appreciate that. And again, LA is big as fuck, man. Like just
Well, there's Los Angeles, the city,
in the county,
Los Angeles, the county.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still big as fuck.
Yeah, pretty big.
Everybody's like, yes, I'm in LA. I'm in Artesia up here. I'm like, then just call it, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you live in like Inglewood, are you putting Inglewood, California, or are you doing Los Angeles, California?
Huh? Are you talking to me?
When you're addressing, like, putting your address, if you're in Inglewood, are you putting in Inglewood or LA?
If you're in Inglewood, you use the Inglewood address.
Okay. No, but like I'm going to put in Brooklyn, New York if I live in Brooklyn. However, Queens is different. You'll never see Queens, New York. You'll see South Osland Park, New York, Jamaica, New York, but it's all Queens. So I was just wondering how they address, like, if you live in like.
Wait, I be seeing Queens on the map.
Lamar Park is LA, Inglewood, I don't know what that is.
But I be seeing Queens on the map, and I've been there. And
no, Queens is on the map, but I'm talking about when you're like writing your address down.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
It's its own city with a mayor and city council. So,
okay.
Like, for example, Watts and Lenox are areas of LA. Lawndale is its own city.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, New York City, we have one mayor, but we have 5 boroughs, and they all have uniqueness. Like Queens is the only borough where you'll have, first of all, you have like a dash in between the addresses, and then you will never see Queens, New York. You'll see, Cambria Heights or Jamaica or South Osland Park or Astoria. In Brooklyn, no matter where you are in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, East New York, it's going to be Brooklyn, New York. Harlem, anything in Manhattan is New York, New York, because the original New York was at Lower Manhattan. It's New York, New York. You're not going to put Manhattan, New York. And anybody that says they live in Manhattan just got here like 5 minutes ago.
Manhattan.
And people from Harlem are never going to say they live any place else except Harlem. Because there's Harlem, then there's the rest of Manhattan. So,
Harlem.
Ashley Knuckles, Miss Tandy, I'm still waiting for my flight to your crib so I can set up your garden beds. I've been offering to do it for her too.
Baby, you're going to continue to wait, okay? And I mean that with love and respect. No,
she got a big yard too. She got a big ass yard.
That is not a big yard, please.
Listen,
I'm in yard. You got to go to Atlanta.
Okay, I'm in New York.
Atlanta, them people got forests.
They got acres and shit. Okay, in their front yard. Once a time Brooklyn was a scene in the projects that they call Fort Greene. Sure. I was just over my high school was in Fort Greene. And this weekend, I spent the entire weekend at my 40th high school reunion, had a blast, had a ball. And
oh, that's so cool. We never had a high school reunion. I don't know what them niggas doing.
You know what? It depends. Like a lot of them don't, a lot of them do. Brooklyn Tech apparently has legendary reunions. Number one, our alumni association which was I think it was created in '82. I think that was when either the year I started high school or 2 years after. And they have been active. This Brooklyn Tech is a public high school, is a public New York City high school. You do have to pass a specialized test to get into it. But the things that make Brooklyn Tech special, besides, it's a very, very good specialized high school. It's focused on engineering, but they've added some other concentrations. And the students in high school have majors, but the money that is raised by the Alumni Association to fund programs and to fund different projects for the classroom. We have a newsletter. I mean, that Alumni Association is bigger than some colleges. And that is shown every time, we go every 5 years. They have like the big homecoming and the big reunion for our school. So, it's special. It's very special. And apparently I need to stop talking because, Tandi, who usually just tells me to shut the fuck up, now she just put up, this. Yeah. So.
Anybody said don't be projecting.
I had a blast.
Don't be projecting. I just put it up there. And I was going to wait until you finish.
Okay, good. So, yeah. No, I had a really good time. And I like the fact that we are still invested in the students in Brooklyn Tech. We're invested in their education. Like, we love it when we see what they're doing. So it was great. Fantastic. And I, had partied and, did some drinks, and I also sprained my ankle.
I mean, you was twerking. Stop getting on top of cars.
That was the day before all these activities, and so I did a one step, like, best I could. But yeah. Justice Department cites dinner shooting to press preservation.
Oh, are you finished?
Let's talk about the bullshit. The man said, "This is why I need a ballroom." This is yet another example of why I need a ballroom. Because apparently a ballroom is going to stop all these.
It's going to stop it.
Okay.
So I'm sharing. Let me just say, I'm sharing these things because we talked also last week about news, or maybe the week before, I don't remember, news sources, where you get your news from.
Yeah.
I get a variety of sources in my inbox. And so I scan a variety of sources, regardless of their ideological bent. Right. So this was in my inbox this morning from the Associated Press. Justice Department cites dinner shooting to press preservationists to drop Trump ballroom suit. Now, the man that already took a bulldozer and knocked down the East Wing of the White House, but whatever. President Donald Trump's Justice Department is using the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday to try to pressure preservationists to drop their lawsuit over his planned $400 million ballroom on the side of the former East Wing of the White House. The former East Wing. It's no longer there.
Anyway, he knocked it down.
It's time to build the ballroom, quote, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said plainly Sunday on X, posting a letter in which Assistant Attorney General Brett Shumate gave the National Trust for Historic Preservation, which is sued to block construction, until 9 a.m. Monday to discuss its lawsuit. How does that work? Just drop your lawsuit by 9 a.m. or else what? What's happening here?
Nothing. They ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing.
Listen, there was this is a long time ago. I was watching a story about how people, especially Trump, using lawsuits to bring people down, even though they know the lawsuit is not it's not even winnable. It costs money to get an attorney. It costs money to keep an attorney while you're going through all of this shit. You have to pay an attorney. So if this case goes a very long time, you are basically, and I don't know if you can kind of pay, if you can pay afterwards. I don't know. I know, it's not like an accident, so you have, and so a lot of people can't afford that. A lot of companies can't afford that. And so they'll just roll over. Now, mind you, CBS could afford that shit. They just rolled over, but that's a whole another situation. But yeah, it's like, I don't have an argument. I'm just going to send you to court.
If it doesn't do so, Shumate wrote, the government would ask a court to do so in light of last night's extraordinary events, calling the Washington Hilton, the site of Saturday's gala, demonstrably unsafe for events with the president because its size presents extraordinary security challenges for the Secret Service. Now, where is it at? The White House ballroom will ensure the safety and security of the president for decades to come and prevent future assassination attempts on the president at the Washington Hilton. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Where is it at? I was looking for it. I can't find it. All right. Yeah. I can't find it. All right. But something about, I don't know. Where is it at?
What's it about?
There it is.
Okay.
In the century plus, since its grounds were largely closed to the public, dozens of events are evidence that even the White House complex is not impervious to intrusion. This is not a real place.
Nope.
There have been a number of documented incidents in which people have scaled security barriers around the White House. One of them, a disturbed Army veteran carrying a knife, jumped the fence in 2014 and raced into the White House, making his way into the East Room before heading back down a hallway on the state floor deep within the mansion. You're going to use this
How?
for building a ballroom? Really? Really?
I honestly think that that's something that the people that are actually in charge are using to keep that man busy, because like one time he was interviewed a few weeks ago and he's showing like the, dimensions of the ballroom. And it was like, something really serious happened. And he's talking about this fucking ballroom. Like, no, I must talk about this now. I'm very busy. I was about the, when, I think it was when, Iran first got bombed or something. And I'm just like, they're setting up a thing going that bunker. No, let's not take that seriously. Okay, he doesn't need a fucking ballroom. No,
it's crazy how no one is talking about how he was denied the new code.
I did see that, so I don't know who. No one's talking about it, but
so, like you said, they're doing this to keep him busy. Anything to keep his mind off that red button.
Exactly. Exactly, because I remember that was I saw that on YouTube last week where they were the guy was like, "No, I'm not giving you the codes." Like, what the fuck? That's like giving the nuclear codes to a 2-year-old. Literally. Okay? He's gonna blow up the fucking world. Including himself. It's not like you're gonna be the one to survive. Come on. So yeah. Westbury, Hempstead, Uniondale, Freeport. What's the other black towns? Okay. What's the other black town in except for Central Islip? I Manifesto, I think it's Sag Harbor. I could be wrong, but anyway. Yeah, so yeah, and I just really, and this is why I paid so much attention to the nonsense, because I'm really trying to figure out why people think this man is a mastermind. Like, I'm really, unless y'all just think white people are geniuses by default, how the fuck are y'all thinking this man, he's playing 4D chess, he's playing 4 dementia chess, okay?
Dementia, damn.
How? Just... and even fucking who is Megamind, the little evil man that's always yelling? Stephen.
The me guy?
Yeah, Stephen Miller. Was in hiding because he thought he was next to be fired and shit. This is all, none of this is intelligent or sensible. Yeah, Stephen Miller. None of this is intelligent or sensible or none of that shit. And the guy, I think Todd Blanche is the one that is supposed to be taking over for that chick who got let go. And he was the one that they called the paramedics on him because Stephen Miller yelled at him so much that he started having like a medical emergency. Because Steve would all day. First of all, Steve is probably 2 feet tall, so the yelling, it all tracks. Would yell at him all the time that he had to have paramedics because he had some cardiac event or whatever. Madness, insanity. But these are the smart ones. I think it was it Todd Blanche? It was the guy that's don't turned 50, whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. De La Soul's from Amityville. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. The one that's supposed to be replacing that chick for sorry, it'll come to me. I just,
Amber, you awfully quiet. What's going on over there?
I want to do it, Amber, for breakfast. What you having for breakfast, Amber?
Amber, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I was just saying that. I mean, I was just letting Zinzi get off her thing.
Get off my
what she
thing.
wanted to say.
Yeah,
get out your thing. But I did read through the run sheet, but all these stories is depressing, or they about stuff we already talked about. So,
we do cover things here,
Well, the first part was man hating.
That was fun.
We had to get that part out the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually
and I think that we should. I'm trying to be careful saying this. No, fuck that. We need to continue this conversation about the evils of these men trying to fucking kill us, because that's never going. Like, the only difference is that those stories happen to be spotlighted, because this shit happens every fucking day, and some of it doesn't ever make the news. And we have to remember that just because some didn't make the news does not mean it didn't happen. And y'all still bringing up the same fucking tired ass arguments.
I don't know if we need to go back over there.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm not saying today. I'm saying like this.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not talking about like what we talked about today. I'm just saying this topic shouldn't die for a long time.
Oh no, it won't die. Definitely won't die.
Is Mark Wayne the guy who wants to duel and yeah, that's him. He was the guy that challenged, but his name is Mark Wayne. I mean, what'd you expect? Mark Wayne? He sounds like his parents are blood related. So every time, Sugar Shan, can you put up her every town in black areas? Every town got black areas aside from either super rich or the super blue collar, but even places like Oyster Bay, Glen Cove, and Rockville Sun got products. That is absolutely true. That is true. I don't like. I heard relatively, I think in my 20s, I learned about Sag Harbor, but I don't know what the makeup is, because there has always been a prominent black.
Are we talking about New York? New York.
Talking about Long Island, New York, particularly.
New York.
Long Island.
Which is New York.
About
New York.
And you know what? I love reading stories about just towns and how they developed and stuff. And like, New York City has always had a fascinating history of black folks for a long time. Just a fascinating history of black people. Not just Harlem.
Now that is true. I give y'all that. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
And Mark Wayne claims
to be saying I look sleepy. I'm not sleepy. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day.
But you look sleepy.
Or maybe I just am bored with the topic because I don't want to keep talking about it.
She don't want to talk about New York, so I'll stop talking about New York.
It's not New York. It's
not New York. You obviously ain't from.
I'm actually supposed to go to New York, but I don't want to do that either.
Come here.
YAWK, York, New York.
Well, you don't want to come here, Amber?
I just don't feel. You know how like you kind of annoyed with like traveling or whatever.
Yes.
And I just am annoyed with traveling.
So, are you coming here for a specific event, or you just coming here?
I was just coming to eat food. I wanted to go to that Loser's place and pick up a cinnamon roll. And then I had like 2 or 3 other places I wanted to go to. This Caribbean spot I wanted to go to. And I wanted to go to the library. And I wanted to go to random neighborhoods to act like I live there because y'all have a better mayor than ours.
Amber, I already told you before, when you get to New York, I'm showing you all of that. I'm gonna show you the places where people don't know about, and I ain't telling you all about either because I don't want people to know about it. But no, listen, I love me a food tour, and I live here and I do my own food tours. But no, I think you should.
But I ain't bought the ticket shit, so I don't know, y'all.
Okay,
and I'm supposed to go though, so I'm trying to do the right thing.
It looked like Josh trying to give us tips. Okay.
I think it could be dope if y'all had a segment reading through a chapter of Tanya's book, Some of Us Are Brave. See, I see how you be doing, Josh. Okay.
I think we should. Tanya, do you have a digital copy?
We'll get to that one of these days. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the shout out.
Why that particular book, Josh? She has many books.
Yeah. Dunn and Nunn said, Tandy or Amber, can you look at what the defense or military attributes of the so-called ballroom? It seems like an installation for the parallel DHS ICE military they are creating. Interesting.
Why didn't you ask me? I can find
Tandy,
that out.
you got the
Look at this. Torrance is a middle class white conservative suburb of LA. You're obviously late, but we appreciate you being here.
Is that
yeah,
true?
you are.
You.
Is that true?
Is what true.
Devin said, which Caribbean spot? Got to verify. I saw that shit on Instagram. Y'all don't remember the name of it.
I remember it because listen, I know
I got a save playlist on Instagram. I'll send them to you, Zinzi, so you can tell me. And then somebody else said most food items in NYC are overrated. I just don't feel like the cinnamon roll is overrated, Brittany. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That is false. Love you. That's false as hell.
Military.
The places that people recommend in, the media, or even like, somebody going to, Williamsburg for the day, those places are overrated. There are so many places to go for great food that are spectacularly good. Unfortunately, the newer people coming in have ruined that shit. But yeah, no, what are you talking about? There's plenty of good food here. But the places that like you see on TV or you see on some news program, right? You should check this out. Or even somebody that's doing an IG story that know what the fuck you talking about. You should come here. It's like the best kept secret. It's the best kept secret because that food sucks and nobody goes there. That's why no lines, So no, we will. That's my goal, because I do not need a good reason to find a restaurant. But when Amber gets here, that's my reason.
I will say I've been to New York several times.
Lovely. I grew up here, still here. Yes. So
somebody in the chat, I don't remember their name. They said, what did they say about? I don't remember what they said.
None and none. They were saying, can you look at the like military makeup?
Okay, so I put in White House ballroom plus military readiness, and the Google link is in the chat. This is an AI overview. I hate AI, but hey, that's what can you do? A new 90,000 square foot White House ballroom replacing the East Wing by 2028 doubles as a protective shed for a deep, massive underground military complex. The project features drone-proof roofing, missile-resistant steel, and advanced biodefense systems described as a national security necessity for occupant safety. They're going to have a hospital. Key aspects of the project. My God. Who are these people?
In a ballroom.
It's a ballroom described by Donald Trump as a massive underground structure. It is intended to house advanced security, communication facilities, and a hospital acting as a command center. I thought they already had that, minus the hospital, under the White House. Maybe I've been watching too many Hollywood movies. 1600. Anyway, security features. The construction includes high-grade bulletproof glass in the ballroom windows, drone-proof roofing materials, missile-resistant steel columns, and bomb shelters, according to reports. Wow. The structure described as both a venue for major official events and a vital safety measure for the White House complex.
Is there an article, because one of the reasons that he's doing this is because the court's already shut down the construction of the ballroom, and he's trying to like bring up more reasons, hence this assassination attempt, because I think the court's already said, no, you cannot fucking build this ballroom. Doesn't the White House already have a fucking bunker? I thought they did. I could be wrong.
I thought they did too, so I don't know.
But again, I take very little of what this man says, like about a fucking ballroom all that seriously. I just don't. Like, come on now. Again, he's not a fucking mastermind, people. The man, and also, even if he wasn't mastermind, a mastermind with dementia still has dementia. Right?
Exactly.
He's very about opulence and showing off and all this other stuff. So ballroom is perfect. You can say, hey, all my rich friends can come here and you can see all the shit that I have, Fucking ballroom. Man, come on. The ballroom was covered for building the bunker that Trump was supposed to. First of all, there's already a bunker there. Already a bunker. Is it paranoia if so many want him? No, it's not. But hey, sometimes paranoid people are right. Sometimes they're wrong as hell. Like it's not scientific. So it's I just
Want him murked, unalived.
build the toilet handles. That was hilarious. And that gold that he has in his office looked like people just walked in and peed all over the walls. Oh yeah, that's lovely.
Somebody said to go to Botanical Garden. I've never been actually. I'll add it to my list.
There are two of them. There's the New York Botanical Garden, which is up in the Bronx, and there's the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. They're both gorgeous. The Brooklyn one is more accessible by public transportation.
I like Brooklyn better as a borough. It's my favorite borough.
I do too, but the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx is gorgeous. They have more exhibits, they have more programs. They'll have themes. They have like an entire theme of like Alice in Wonderland. They have like orchid shows like that.
That's beautiful.
It is gorgeous. It is top notch. I just don't feel like driving all the way to Bronx sometimes. But if they have a specific thing, it's gorgeous. Brooklyn Botanic Garden to me is easier to get to because I'm, closer to Brooklyn. But yeah, absolutely. Now the other boroughs have botanical gardens, but
don't nobody care about no New York geography. Except the New York.
I mean, I do like to use the public transit, and I just got to where I've been like riding the subway by myself. So I definitely would prefer the Brooklyn one.
We're gonna do that.
I like it a lot, but when I'm late places, I'll get in the lift, even though I feel like it doesn't get me there fast.
Right, and that's the thing. It depends on where you're going, and sometimes a lift will get you faster, but most of the time the train will, especially in the morning. Just people just sitting in traffic in the morning for whatever reason. The Bronx one is bougie. It is. I mean, it really is. But they got some damn good, nice looking. I just like. I like being outside. I like, looking at those things. And I love that there's a big, huge Japanese garden in the Brooklyn one, really nice, really peaceful. I miss cherry blossom season because our weather has been sucking lately. But yeah. Are botanicals okay, is botanical garden or botanic garden? Are they I really don't know.
They have different ones. So like there's a botanic garden in
right.
like Nashville, but we have a botanical garden here.
Yeah, the Brooklyn is botanic, and then the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx. So, yeah, lifts don't sit in traffic like everybody else. Exactly. So there's certain times of the day when the lift is faster than the subway, but most of the time, But that's also if you only need to take one train. If you got to take a train to another train to a bus, you might as well just drive there. Yeah, so
I prefer the subway though. I mean, I just be scared because it's so dirty. I be wiping stuff down when I be sitting down. But I mean, I like the fast mode of transportation for sure.
Agreed with all those things. That's why I do not sit on my bed or my chair with my outside clothes on. Certain things you don't do. I don't listen. I don't care where I live. I ain't wearing. There's no shoes in my house.
The same way I don't wear like my body parts out on airlines. Like I have like I'm fully covered.
No.
That's how I feel about subways too. Like I won't sit down if I have like a short outfit on. I'm gonna just end up.
I will say that I have questions about. I was on the BART the last time I was out in Oakland, and I'm sitting down looking at padded seats, and to me, padded seats like on public transportation have to be like the most disgusting, gross things. Hard plastic to me seems to be more sanitary, able to clean more. So that's kind of, skeeved me out. But, anybody from the Bay can kind of correct me because that shit seems nasty. And when I'm standing up, I don't put my hand on a pole or anything like that. Like,
oh my God, what is this?
I do. I just wipe it down. I just like have a little mini can of Lysol.
Talking about. What are you people? We into the OCD aspect of the ADHD remix show now?
I mean, I think that everyone should be cognizant of germs. I mean, there are unhoused folks who like basically live on the train. So like you have to be causing no germs. And I'm not gonna say they should get off the train. I think they should be riding that whole too.
In ages. They ain't taken the train in decades. And they finally do have a train near her, but she don't have to take it.
I'll never take a train. Please. If I don't have to, I will never do that.
Case in point. So New York City, for me, it's like, especially depending on where I'm going, even if I could drive there faster, parking, good luck. So if I know it's going to be a problem with parking, and I can take the subway, I'd rather do that. Because they definitely do take advantage. Their parking lots, not everywhere. They're parking lots everywhere in Manhattan, and they will take advantage if they're in a place where you have to either pay for parking or there is no public parking.
Yeah, that's why I just be like, I'm gonna just ride the train or something, or take a lift, because I know it ain't gonna be no parking.
Right, exactly. And and for me, I don't have to get stressed out in traffic. I can just sit there, let the conductor drive or whatever. Hand sanitizer must be, I mean, and just wash your hands. I mean, hand sanitizer is good if you don't have access to water. Wash your hands. Use Lysol. Yeah. People don't wash their hands. That's right.
I got mini Clorox wipes. I got some.
Some hand Listen, when I'm on a plane, everything's getting wiped down. Everything.
Toe Jam said, "Are botanicals
I saw that. I don't know what an arboretum is. I've heard the word.
Yeah, arboretum. Let me look it up, child.
Google is your friend, y'all.
Toe Jam, Google is Toe Jam's friend too, but we're on the show, so we have to find out.
Google is everyone. Everyone, it's all of our friends.
It's a specialized botanical gardens or botanical collections dedicated to trees. Oh, that makes sense because arbor, it's in the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think there are arboretums inside botanical gardens,
and they serve as educational, research, and recreational spaces. We don't have a I don't think there's an arboretum at the New York one, but there is one at the Memphis Botanic Gardens here. And there's a arboretum. It says includes over 170 species, including 19 species of oak. And it's run by the Tennessee Urban Forestry Council Center of Excellence. It's the first level 4 arboretum in West Tennessee as of 2007 and recognized as the first Tennessee Urban Forestry Council Center of Excellence for the state of Tennessee in 2012. The Memphis Botanic Garden now holds the distinction as the only Tennessee Urban Forestry Council designated center of excellence in Tennessee that can provide extra depth to the outreach and education programs. Interesting.
There are arboretums inside the Botanic Garden in Brooklyn. And
I agree, Winston. It's a strange word. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Listen, I've heard the word, but I don't use it that much. But yeah, and thank you for that education, because I didn't know. So yes, and they're also, I think Hunter College has an arboretum itself, because it probably isn't big enough to have like an entire botanic garden. Ryan Park.
Yeah, we also have a nature center here. It's one of the what are those things called? It's called Lichterman Nature Center, but it's like one of those like specialized museums or whatever. And they have every type of environment. So it's like a marsh, a spring. They show you like what each different season looks like. It's really cool. I used to volunteer there for like 6 years. And they have a section of trees that are labeled, but they don't have an arboretum. So interesting.
I went to something similar in Montreal. It's called the Biodome, and huge building. And they have, different rooms for different climates. And they also have animals that like actual animals according to the climate and the light and stuff like that. It's really nice. Ashy Knuckles, my family will do wildlife refuges instead of zoos. I have not been to a zoo in God knows how long at all, ever.
I don't know if I would go to a wildlife refuge either, but I'm a top-notch zoo hater. If there are no more zoo haters in the world, I must be dead, because I can't stand
why they still exist. I don't know why they still exist.
Animal prison. Me and animal prisons is boxing every fucking day. Mm-hmm. I'm fighting for my life about the animals. And people are like, I don't understand why, because zoos are so great. The zoos suck. You suck too.
Exactly.
Well, zoos and museums. So I mean, if we're gonna talk about some stuff.
It is. It is a museum. It's a live animal museum.
Is it a museum? Because the items aren't dead.
No, I'm just
I
saying.
actually prefer the museums. Like I like the Natural History Museum in DC because they're just like, bones of animals,
No, I'm just
replicas.
talking
They
about the
aren't the
Natural
animals.
History Museum.
Yeah, that one. But they aren't like the actual animals like sitting there depressed and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it unfortunately zoos have fostered a sense of dependence in those animals, so they can't even exist in the wild anymore. So you can't even let them out in the wild because they won't survive. So you've
I
created
think that's not true. I just want to say I hear people say that all the time, and I do not.
I'm not. That's not a pro. I'm not saying that's a pro because I hate zoos. I'm just saying that's
no. I'm not saying you said. I know. I'm saying I don't agree with that. I know people say that, but we had an animal here in our zoo that they had treated so bad that China, who gave us the pandas, came and got that fucking panda and took her to the wild. And she is fine. Yaya is living her life.
Okay, that's
living it up. And then the other one died. So I also think it depends on like how,
Yeah.
I think it depends on how the animal is rehabilitated. I also think it depends on like what has happened so far. Like one of the other panda, she was so sick. Like she was so small. She wouldn't have made it going back to China. The other they came and got her in time and was like, "We're gonna get you the fuck up out of here." But I also have been. Somebody asked about a safari. I did go to the safari when I was in Ghana, and those animals do like just live out in the wild or whatever. They have like some fencing to like block them off from the roads a little bit, but they are just kind of like, living it up, doing a big one. And I do prefer the safaris than the wildlife refuge. I don't know if I would like the refuge. I just think that sometimes I feel like if the animal is like, sick or injured, they don't need human interference.
I agree. Yeah.
Like I think it's having a doctor to help them, yes, but having us as humans going and watching them and like spectating, I don't think we need that. Because would you want that if you were sick, or would you want that if you were finna give birth?
Exactly.
I don't think so. And so I think that's why I'm like, I feel like we don't give animals any kind of autonomy, even though they also live here. And I think the idea of the wildlife refuge is that they want to show people what the animals look like in a bigger, more healthy environment. But I do think that we should just stick to like a safari or something. I don't want to intervene. Because what if I'm carrying some shit from America and then I'm rubbing on the elephant and the elephant catch the shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to risk, but I think I'm more thoughtful than other people. I do go way more deeper into it because I do care about animals.
Oh, yeah.
But I did like the safari thing. And the safari thing, we weren't on the animals. Like, they were in a field. Right. And they pointed them out to us. And the guy was telling us about how, zebras are actually black with white stripes. They don't tell you that in school. Right. And so they definitely did tell us that. And I remember someone asking when I was in school about it, and the teacher didn't know. And I was like, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Trying to hide animals from a
safari. Well, I mean, I haven't been to the continent yet, but I didn't want to go to safari because white people, like, it just reminds me of white folks and shit. But I will do a safari, Yeah. But natural history museums have very regressive rate. Yeah, we know this. Yes, absolutely. Of course. Like,
you have what? What'd I say?
Eldom, bring up that very obvious quote.
Like, natural history museums have very regressive and racist anthropological displays of non-Western cultures too. Yeah, but I just want to say I didn't even see all that shit. I went for the elephants. Goddamn. I actually have never seen the entire museum.
So then it's obviously not an obvious quote. Zinzibel.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I've never been to the whole museum. I only went to the section with the elephants, like the big, large elephant. And then I went to the section about the water animals, like the whales and stuff like that, and the cheetahs. And then I left because the museums was free and I was trying to go see the Constitution. If I'm being honest, I want to go see the Constitution. So we had like 2 hours to do the museum thing. This is a family trip we took years ago. I think it was like 2017. I don't even remember who paid for the shit. I think my mama did. And then it was like a group family trip. But I left them multiple times. We had 2 hours to go to the museums. I was walking up and down that little row, booking it to the archives to go see the Constitution.
I mean, I've been to museums back in the day, before I really thought about why are you doing this? And, New York City has tons of museums. They have a day, every Wednesday, it's like pay whatever you can, but I just don't do that anymore. I did go to, I can't even call it a museum. It's so tiny. The FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology, had an exhibit in their museum, which is like, two little rooms of clothing, just clothing of the time period. But yeah, I don't do museums anymore. I like learning about certain things that weren't snatched and stolen from somebody else, and now we're putting this on display. So yeah.
I got 6:55
Mhm.
a.m. Obviously, that's LA time.
Mhm.
I'm just letting y'all know. I done
Mhm.
already laid back down. Got
Oh
my
my
laptop.
gosh.
Got my
I'm surprised
laptop.
you were up.
My laptop is whatever the word, vertical.
I thought you were doing all this from the bed, so probably.
It was definitely from the bed, but I was sitting up. Now I'm laying down. I'm
Count
winding
Blackula is
down.
about
I
to
just want to
turn in
bring this
for his
comment
morning.
up too.
I am winding down.
I just want to say, Sugar Sand said, "Pay us money to see all the shit we stole from around the world." Crazy concept. The museums are free.
Thank you.
Speaking of
I just want
money,
to say that.
speaking of
I ain't never
money,
paid to go to a museum. That's the one thing I have not done.
I never
with
paid.
4 minutes left. Speaking of money, can we get some
Yeah, we
chats?
did pretty good with. We
some
didn't have to
loot?
ask A-Rob. The rest of y'all, I don't know. But
Yeah,
yes.
can we get some loot, y'all?
Can we get some donations here?
Please, immediately.
Why we gotta ask though? Y'all be other channels. You'll just be throwing money around. Why we gotta ask?
They need to be reminded.
And since someone did ask about Bojangles, the first person who donates some money, I'll tell y'all my Bojangles order.
Lions time, baby is back in here. How'd he get in?
Because nobody kicked him out. We got moderators.
Yeah, he was kicked out. How'd he get back in?
Where's Monty? Is she here this morning? We need a moderator. That's what
I see. He ain't talking shit. Maybe he can stay this time. I don't know.
No, A-Rob did not cover for everybody, Yipper.
Oh wow.
Yip is the type of person like, yeah, that $20, that was part of my gift to you too. Yes.
Oh, Brittany said the Louvre ain't free. I wasn't going to the Louvre.
I wasn't going there. First of all,
Wait a minute. Look, are you seeing these comments? All these people making excuses. If it don't apply, let it fly. We ain't talking to you if you ain't got no money. Who got some money and can throw some money up in here?
Seriously.
Immediately.
Super chat. Donation. Membership.
Okay, so I just want to also say that we just got a Bojangles in Memphis like a few months ago. So before we had the Bojangles here, I only used to get Bojangles when I was in Louisville doing organizing stuff. And there was a specific Bojangles. And I was timing the edible I took to the amount of time it would take me to get to the Bojangles to get the food. And this is what I was getting. A regular chicken biscuit, add egg, add pimento cheese, American cheese on the bottom, strawberry jelly with the little fries. I'm telling you right now, that pimento cheese, somebody grandma is back there whipping that pimento up.
I've never been to Bojangles.
My niece used to work at Bojangles. It ain't all that. Zero PA gave us $9.99. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What made you decide pimento cheese and jelly or something? You said what?
I like strawberry jelly because it's delicious, and I don't know. I feel like the pimento cheese really brings it out. I don't know. I feel like it brings out the flavors because the chicken is good. I would say Bojangles does have good chicken. Oh! The most important part is that you get the bowberry biscuit, not the regular biscuit. You get a bowberry biscuit.
Thank you, Seven Son, for $7. Appreciate you.
I don't think there are any Bojangles in New York, and if there are, I probably won't go. I need to go to some places like that, like Popeyes. You have to go down to New Orleans to get Popeyes.
Zero PE, y'all do, and y'all just got them joints. Like I know they aren't they haven't been there for a long time, right? Because when I used to drive through, it was only recently that when I was driving through Nashville to get to Louisville, like years ago, that there was one in Nashville. But I don't eat Bojangles anymore. That was like maybe 4 years ago. I don't eat it anymore because I don't do drugs. And what have you learned, kids?
Just say no.
Exactly. I also just want to say that I know we was talking about the super chats, but A-Rob was throwing out money left and right earlier. So I do appreciate you, giving it without us having to ask.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah,
What's
'cause
your
I'm not
Yeah.
what is the bag, whatever they be saying, but I don't want to.
Well,
And
here's
my
the thing.
allergies be with me.
I'm not so I don't know if Popeyes was started in New Jersey. I have no idea, but I'm just saying I went south and had a better experience there. Just like there is a Popeyes on I think it's Utica Avenue in Brooklyn that's way better than any other Popeyes in New York City. So regardless of where it was originated, you know. And let's talk about how the best McDonald's I've ever had was in Japan.
Let's talk about it 7 a.m. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
McDonald's did not start in Japan. So, you know, hey.
That's so funny. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining us for the Remix Morning Show this morning. I see that Zinzi is fighting to be in the top spot of the favorite, but that's not gonna happen. I'm from New York. Someone's asking in the chat. I'm from Memphis specifically. And we appreciate y'all joining us. I'll see y'all on Friday. Tandy, when you got a show?
Next week.
Tandy will see y'all next week. And Zinzi will see you in the chat tomorrow.
I'll be in chat tomorrow. I was in chat on Friday, but I woke up late, so you did good.
All right, peace, y'all.
Thank you.
Black Liberation Media is a collective of Black and African organizers, journalists, academics, and media personalities serving Black and African masses seeking to further grow in their understanding of themselves, their histories, and the African world through entertainment and news. Please continue to like, subscribe, and donate to the channel so we can further serve you and liberate our people. You can also go to blkliberationmedia.org, get some merchandise, and also become a Patreon member and a member from the YouTube. Please do what you can, share, and show your love as we will show ours for you. Black Liberation Media.